Hi everybody, welcome back to Generic Fun 95, and tonight I'm going to read the comments that some of you guys left me. I'm doing it on my desktop this time because in the last video with the evil Santa, the camera quality was kind of sucky, only good for gaming, so I'm doing it on this camera instead. Alright, so now I'm going to be looking at these comments that you guys left me, and I'm going to react to them and or answer them. Alright. First, starting off, also I'm doing them in age order of the whatever videos you commented on. So, here we go. By Guppy, you just put an X and DDD, which is a smile for Jessatron episode 17, Jill goes back to prison. Well, she needs to learn to behave herself. Because she doesn't know how to behave very well. But now she's actually a good person and she doesn't do that stuff anymore. So I'm sure she learned her lesson now. Now, Corrine Johnson on Arthur's Nightmare game, you replied, "I don't know how I ended up here, but I am not even mad." Exactly. I wonder who created that crazy game where the characters jump scare you like crazy. And you have to collect stupid woogles. I think that was last year. I kind of had fun playing that game. So, I would play it again, but it's way too hard for me right now. Now I don't have time to game, but I could play another game whenever I need to. Or want to. Alright. On my VHS generation loss, I got some negative feedback. From Markek, he said it was fake of Keck. Yeah, I know it was fake, but I can do real VHS generation loss now on real VHS tapes on real VCRs, but I choose not to because it damages the tapes and it's not really necessary. Like, you take one tape and then take another and put it on a blank tape. It's a copy. And then you take that copy and put it on another copy. It's only going to get worse. That's why I'm not doing it. Now, this person, I can't say it because it's Russian. He said, "No, you." I don't know what that means, but build it. I don't know what that means, but please let me know if you want to. Build It We Can says is another Rush. Let me see if I could try and translate to English, because I can't read Russian, I'm sorry. Translate to selection to English. Uncreated channel. Hey! I put so much time and effort into this channel. And if you don't like it, that's your problem. Alright. Cyan R. Happy Halloween. No you. Again with the no you. Wonder what that means. And I know someone commented on, because they were so mad, but I laughed at, I can't remember their name, but they commented that they were so mad, but I laughed at them, laughed at it because I know what to do with VHS tapes. Hey! Joy on Arthur's Nightmare says, "Hey!" because of the jump scare. Yeah, you know, Arthur's isn't even being aired anymore. They took it off the air. Which is really sad because it was a big part of my childhood. But we've grown up and moved on to other things now, so. On a walk in the woods, what's that guy doing? You said, "Very nice. I do this on my channel also." Yeah, I've been going back there quite a bit lately. If I'm not too tired, I just go back there and it's really fun. And next time I go back there, I'm going to take pictures of it. Also, there's a lot of abandoned places back there, but I don't go in them. I just view them just for history purposes, like a museum, and it's really cool. There's a lot of abandoned houses back there because they were sold to the park once the owners died. Which is sad. And then they're just sitting there and no one bothers to demolish them. I've even found those same houses on Google Earth. And they're empty. They're still empty to this day, just rotting away. Nothing we can do about it. Alright. James Miller says neat stuff for a review of my Panasonic PV7661 VCR. Exactly, you can still use VCRs today and blank tapes if you want to. Not too many people do it anymore, but I do. I have a whole bunch of VHS tapes right now to record. I like transferring them for fun, to be honest, and record on VHS for fun. I'm really just doing this whole thing for fun. And the quality is really not that bad at all. As long as if I see the slightest bit of damage and it increases a little bit, that's when I transfer them. Because it's important to transfer your tapes because they degrade over time and they lose their magnetic stuff on them and it'll look like crap. So if you have old tapes and you see them starting to degrade slightly, do it as soon as possible. Wiggler the Caterpillar from Mario? Really? At 9:52. I guess. Hold on.
Oh, we lost our...
Oh, that was the jump scare. By the Dumbface Fotriho. Yeah, I actually got that from a video game. From the old Harry Potter games on the computer, if you remember them. It's from the Chamber of Secrets, where I was playing as Goyle. When I made him jump into the bottomless pit, he went, ooh, as it faded to black, and the sound cut out and went back to the loading screen. It was very funny. That's where I got that idea from. I don't know what this name says. This Rare Vision camcorder again. Well, I don't use it anymore. I deleted it, and I use real VHS now. Yeah, I know it has a lot of negative feedback. Mostly commented negative feedback video, but I use real stuff now. Oh my god. Exactly. Jump scare games are scary. By Promise World from Arthur's Nightmare, and Ultramaster 789 in Arthur's Nightmare game said, and I say, hey! Was the jump scare. Need I say more? Alright. More angry comments. One from Sebakowalski on VHS generation loss. This is not real VHS generation loss. Yes, I know that. And Vibe64 says, this is not just the Rare Vision VHS. It's just the Rare Vision VHS filter. I know that. This is the Rare Vision. I don't use it anymore. Don't. And Hannah Maisia Tampobolan. Yes! Replied yes, and don't you dare disobey me, Coraline! You know, the beldam is scary. She kidnaps unsuspecting children and eventually kills them. So it's a great thing Coraline escaped that evil witch. Even in the movie and book, too. How long does this video go on for? Oh, almost 10 minutes. Alright, back to this. I think this was from last year. Smashing a 6th VHS tape, which was the last one I did on this channel. My nostalgia is L. Rush Figure 105 Venezolano replied, my nostalgia is stupid. So is mine, my friend. And the same guy, L. Rush Figure 105 Venezolano, sorry if I pronounced it wrong the past 2 times, on VHS generation loss. Oh no, the VHS is broken. Yeah, they'll all break one day. Oh no, the VHS is broken. Oh, I already read this one. And then the same guy in the Jesse Plot Season 1, Episode 14, Treasure Hunt, made a laughing face emoji that's sideways for the computer. And he also replied good for 100 subscriber milestone. Well, now I have over 300 thanks to you guys, because it's still a small channel. 300 something is nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing, it's quite a bit, but there are YouTubers who have thousands of them. One day I'll have thousands, not for YouTube ad revenue, because I'm planning on having a good job. Just doing it for fun out of my hobbies, really. Another comment on Arthur's Nightmare game is Scary Lol by the same guy. Sorry I can't really pronounce it, but it's Scary Lol. I know. And the same guy in Autumn Trail said hi. Hello. Good Foster. It's a forest, I know. I haven't been there very often, but I'll go back there again sometime because the trail is too short. Gene Toka said okay and don't you dare disobey me Coraline meme. And March Animations in also the same video said with emojis, don't you dare disobey me Coraline, and rah! Grah! Grah! Nice reenactment. And someone really loved my Now a Cowboy Needs a Hat one. Yeah, it's one of the old Disney tapes my sister and I used to have. It's in the basement now. But it's one of the very few tapes that has grown mold on it. Let's see what else. My creepy basement, please protect yourself. Yep, we got that monster out of the basement. He died of starvation. Now, review of the 61 key Yamaha YPT300 Andrew Diefenbach. Something notable about this keyboard is that it has MIDI control. If you buy a classic MIDI bit DIN to USB adapter, you can connect this to a DAW and unlock even more sounds. And in the reverse, you can route MIDI control to play songs on the keyboard. This keyboard has velocity, so it's not a toy. In that regard, it doesn't have an aggregator as far as I recall, but again, DAW could fill in the gap. Alright, I haven't told any of you guys this, but I've taken pianos for 11 years and stopped because of COVID. And I have had some leftover skill, so I took a keyboard and what do you mean and played it along. Yeah. Kind of is a toy, actually, because I compose my own music on it so I don't get copyright claims, which is pretty cool. And I've had it in school. Thank you for telling me. How to make a milkshake without a blender. Jackson Adams replied, thank you for telling me your expiration date. I need to know for your own safety. Yeah, because if you drink bad milk, you can get really sick, maybe poisoned and hospitalized if you drink raw milk. So don't drink raw milk. Lily replied, Arthur's Nightmare to Arthur's Nightmare game. Yeah. He had a nightmare. It's one of his worst nightmares of his life, getting his show canceled. Playing Clue, The Murderous Mrs. White, and The Cook Story. Great job, man. Hope you play more Family Game Night 3. I haven't been doing it lately, but I'll get back to it eventually when I have the time. By Zach Black. Recan Bean says, more funny than scary. I agree. The original one is a whole lot more scary. but I'm not a creep like Gregory from Gregory's Room. Another comment in Arthur's Nightmare Game by Nancy O with 3 scared emojis. I don't know why I play horror games. They're just scary. Nice remake. It's right. The Sponge Dude replied, "Nice remake. It's almost one-on-one with the original Gregory's Room remake." Well, thank you very much. I'm improving on my acting, actually. I just do it for fun, not for some business crap. Because I'm more motivated that way. Better than 3D1 reply to the same video by Lenny Diaz Pumpkin Cupid Girl. Thank you for liking it. And it was very easy to make, too. And by Rare Sesame Segments, Anne is on CGW, lol. Whatever that means. Lagdaman replied on Gregory's Room remake. People who say it's a remake. I know. The real one is so scary. I don't know if Gregory's Room is real, but I don't know. Maybe I'll look up the disc online. I don't know. Oh, and you really liked and Jack sucks at life, old fake. To be honest, you don't suck at life. You're just doing your best. You really loved it when, oh my god, it hit the corner. Yes! I know it did hit the corner. Why are you fascinated by that? It's just a DVD screensaver, just randomly going all around. I guess it doesn't happen very often. It happens every 2 minutes or so on that player, which I now gave to my mom. Thanks. Right. Sunflower City commented on Bowling a Perfect Game and Bowling 3D Extreme. Bad quality of sounds of an audience. Yeah, it wasn't very loud, but I didn't make the game. I don't develop games. I don't have time for that, nor the patience or skill. Now, Abby Russell commented on review of the 61 key Yamaha YP, the keyboard episode, said, "Got this keyboard as a gift when I was in 2010. Still works great, but now that I'm producing music, I'm going to use this as my MIDI to start off." Well, that's very good to start out like that. The more you do it, Abby, the better you'll get. Now, and Emily Hatch replied on the same video, "Could you play the demo song My Heart Will Go On the piano?" Sadly, I can't because I stopped playing piano a while ago. And I'm into other things. Sendhil Kamarandorar, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, said, "He returned." Yeah, I think Charles Muntz actually did die when he fell. Because there is no way anyone could survive a fall that high. Haunted Swing. On the same video, these two people died liver. This is what would happen if we gave cavemen a phone. What do you mean by that? Oh, I see. Because they didn't exist back then, and I see. And Dick Kickham said, "Totally didn't push it before recording. Trust me, bro." Didn't. Yeah, I don't know what was there or what. There was some ghost there. I don't know what it was, so I stayed away for the rest of the day. Maybe for the rest of my camping trip. By Pyro Blast Guy, calm down, bro. It's a freaking fountain, for Christ's sake. Well, that's very... Oh, this was the fireworks. Well, That was very dangerous of them to do it. They do this every single year, and it pisses me off. They could have caught this house on fire, and my roommates and I could have died from that. And it's illegal. If you want to do that, go do it in an empty field. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. Fire hazard. Now, Ryan Webb replied on Gregory's room. That caught me off guard. I'm laughing right now. Oh yeah, because I did a very bad jump scare. Alexander just replied on new pool. Enjoy that pool. It's worth it, and you have the space. For the time being, I have the space. It's only temporary, because my mom said that every year it gets dirtier early. The more years pass by, the earlier it gets dirty. I clean it as much as I could. So, it is what it is. Now, Dylan Tor 800 replied on how to record gaming onto VHS. I am now a big fan, and I'm going to thank you very much for subscribing. Yeah, you can buy VCRs if you want, if you're still into this stuff. But they're not cheap. On eBay, the refurbished ones are pretty expensive, and the new ones are even more expensive. Like $500. Christ. And Dylanator 800 replied on my episode 3, which was the last episode, I believe, said, I just came from you VHS video. Oh. So you're watching me, huh? Well, I love the audience. And now Bunsky La Bunsky Washtub Fun replied on my keyboard video. I play a YPT300 to accompany myself on my vibraphone and washtub bass. Love it so much. Thanks for this upload. My pleasure. I write music with it, and it's pretty good. I make a lot of nice and some sad music too, but sounds so beautiful. And now, Bunsky La Bunsky Washtub Fan again replied on the same video. Forgot to add that the auto accompany function has great intros, an A section that has drum fill into the B section with a different bass line. Hit the ending key and it will land the plane for you. I use this keyboard for pro situations. Sounds great through a PA system. I'm going to say great tip, because it's awesome. It does a lot of the work for you, really. All you have to do is press random chords and play. And for extra, if you're really good into piano, which is I do, I just play a random tone and then go back and forth to other keys. And that's all there is to it. That piano plays me. That's VeggieTales VHS tape. How did you know that? Oh yeah, you might have seen it. The green ones were probably the only ones that have VHS tapes. Don't worry, I already converted it to disc. And that... Sorry, green VHS tape. Yeah. But it was getting moldy. Smashing a fifth VHS tape by Alex Newton. On this reply, I hate kids' songs VHS, but SpongeBob SquarePants and VeggieTales FTW, but I hate Barney, Teletubbies, Boobah, kids' songs, and more. Yeah, I'd say the worst out of them all is Barney. He's a creep, and he likes being around kids. Luckily, he doesn't air anymore. How long has it been? Whoa, it's been over 20 minutes. Sorry, I keep checking back every now and again, just because it's going to take hours to upload this video. Jesus. My new iPad, you said, hope you're able to do a lot with that. Sorry, I'm talking so much, and my throat's getting dry. By Dylanator 800, hope you're able to do a lot with the iPad. I am. I play a lot of games on it, watch videos on it, and I use it to check my email, bank statements, everything. It's a very useful tool. It's a nice half computer. I call it a half computer because I got a case with it that comes with the keyboard, as you saw in the video. Renting a Verbo by Dylanator 800 again. I'm happy for you and your mom. Thank you so much. It was very special. We had lots of fun. We just hang out and I paddleboard. The trip was worth it. Can't wait to go again. Aquati on the country roads of New Hampshire. I love it. Yeah, I can't wait to go back one day. Even though we're really moving to New York State soon. Animatronic Academy replied on review of the keyboard. As of now, I have a personal keyboard, which is a Yamaha YPT300, which is the exact same one I have. We had something similar to the Yamaha YPT300 in school. I'm not sure what model it was. That was the model. It was a Yamaha. But my favorite sounds with the sound effects, I think it was just for a choice in music class. So I hopped on there and I was playing the normal piano one day, and then my teacher walks up to me, pushes the sound effect button, and I get all these crazy sounds. Good times. I know. I remember once I pressed the scream buttons and somehow all the other pupils heard me play the screaming notes. I'm glad to see the YP300 has those DJ sound effects so I can irritate the crap out of my parents. If you still have it, you can still do it if you still live with your parents. See-through elevator. Danette Head. I love Elizabeth. Sent to you and you... I get the... What? Alright. Wii Sports Power Throws cheat code. I had completely forgot about this, but cool that it's still there on the Wii U. By Faluma. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Yep, and the cheat code still works. But it's very hard to accomplish. You have to take the Wii remote, press A twice on the last turn, and then go all the way to the right. Then you try and line it up with the wall, and then bowl on the wall, and then it'll go psh, and all the pins will fall down. It's cheating, but it's a fun cheat code. My Spirit animatronic idea, Hitchhiking Ghosts from the Haunted Mansion on Spirit Halloween Part 2 by Cameron Lakabuchi. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Yeah, I want to get a pirate costume there, but they're so damn expensive. $40 for a costume. Seriously? And now when you get caught using your electronics after bedtime by your parents' video... Dylanator 800 Masterpiece replied, "Thank you very much. I'm doing better, by the way." Okay, and that was all the replies and comments I read. Well, most of them. Some of them I didn't read because others comments were from my relatives and some comments were from shady people. But I read the good ones and appropriate ones. And they were all good. Some of them were not, but now I've responded to all your comments. I think I might only be able to do this once because I can't read every single comment in one day. I'll be exhausted. And it takes too long because it's almost been 30 minutes. But we can end it at 30 minutes. I'll get more comments one day and I'll just read them. And maybe if you want, you can ask some questions about me like... where did you get the idea to make this channel? Or not anything personal, please. Just ask me things like, how long have you lived here for? Or, anything that's not personal. Anything that is not personal and appropriate. So I can make a Q&A episode. Alright, everybody. Thank you for listening to your replies and reactions from me, and hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell. Alright guys, see you then. Bye.